see Roman Krajnik?
Yeah, I can see Roman.
I can't, so
Why?
doesn't matter though. I'm used to that. I saw you before.
come
I know
on.
what you look like.
Come on, we tried before, so it has to work now.
He looks good.
Yep, I know. I saw him like half an hour ago.
Okay.
Looks
I
splendid.
always look good.
Awesome that you that we found the time and that you're taking the time to talk to us.
It was about time, I promise you, so I had to do it. Come on. It was a pretty busy month actually with all these comps, so it was not that easy to find time, but here we are. I was just thinking yesterday, we actually don't have a real break till Jakarta. We have maybe one weekend free in between, but that's it.
And Jakarta is is that early October?
No, late September. It's like 22nd, 23rd of
Okay.
September.
Okay. And then it's Japan after that.
Yeah, then it's 1 month break or free, and then Japan.
So what are you focusing on, like when you only have like now 2 weeks before the next comp? Is it just maintaining, or is it focusing on bouldering now, or?
It's actually right now with all of my athletes a bit more focusing on bouldering, because all of them were more or less now preparing themselves for lead comps. So it is a bit more of a focus on bouldering, but still like all together.
So before we get back to that, maybe we should tell the people who, for some reason, doesn't really know who you are and what you do and what you have done, a little bit about what you have done. So you are currently a coach.
Yeah.
Like private coach?
Yeah, right now I'm a private coach, coach of 6 athletes here in Slovenia. And I have also a few athletes from other countries, which I'm still helping from before or helping from this year. That's pretty much it, what I'm doing now. But I have to say that I'm like a professional climbing coach for now, when I started. 1998, I started like my coaching career with a few kids in my local club in Slovenia, and few of these kids were like Maja Vidmar, now Strenfel, Katja Vidmar, Gregor Selak, who is now also a paraclimber. So these 3 were in my first group of kids in 1998 when I started coaching.
So you got lucky.
Why?
Strong climbers, yeah. But how did you start? Why did you start coaching even? What was the first, like,
What was the thing when I started climbing in like 5 years before that, like in 1993, I was like fully motivated. I really wanted to improve. I really wanted to make something from this climbing, because I finally found a sport which I really liked, which I somehow saw myself there. But at that time there were no coaches. There were no one in my local club who could help me. And at that time I already said to myself, okay, I will try to change this. I want to become a coach, and I will try to help other climbers to improve, to do their best, and so on.
Okay, so how did you get those first coaching experience? Did you do some like course or?
Yeah, I do a course in which was held in Slovenia, and I been lucky. I had two friends of mine. We were climbing together, and I was just starting testing few different methods. We were trying all these methods that I invented or that I wanted to try. So, and everything went just from there.
Starting from there, I mean, you've coached the Slovenian team, you've coached Austrian team, China, the US, and now you're doing this. Now when did you turn like fully professional? You'd say like.
When it became more professional, I think when I started like coaching the national team. I started with the youth before, and then I was a few years national team coach and even a team manager. And from that point, actually, I could say that it became a bit more professional. Yeah. But actually, really professional is like maybe last 5-6 years.
Can you say anything about like what is your climbing or coaching philosophy? That's a tiny question. I know that.
Yeah, good question. I don't know if it's hard or easy, but I could say one thing that maybe hard training and still having fun with it. Mm-hmm. This could be one thing that I like the most, and I could say that this could be maybe my coaching philosophy, or I don't know. You have to ask athletes, actually. So
yeah. You will ask athletes.
It would be maybe easier to get the real answer.
Actually, what the athletes say that we have talked about you with, like we talked with Nathaniel and with
Sean.
Mm-hmm. Is that your athletes really respect you because you take the training really serious. You know, you really look at each and every athlete to see what she or he needs.
Yeah, that's 100% true. That's how I am. If I get an athlete, I really want to make the best out of him or for him, and I will just try to make the whole training and everything around so that he could achieve what he wants to.
Do you see, like, if you have, you coach now Janja, which she's the best of the best, and then you train some other guys and girls, which they are not at the level. Do you see they have some limitation, or you just want teach them the best what they can do, or you think they can be, all of them can be like best?
Yeah, it's hard to say. You will definitely get an athlete which, I don't know, can't be the best. But with that kind of athlete, I will definitely try to do the best so that he will get to the point that he will achieve like his or her limit. But on the other hand, I'm always saying that there is no limit in that. So you could always like improve if you want. You just have to like find the way to keep on improving. And even, for example, that with Janja, when I started with Janja, everyone was saying, what you can teach her, what you can give her. I said, there is a lot of things that she could improve in, and I think we made in the last 3 years already few things that she improved a lot. So for me, training is like a never-ending story. You could always find some things to improve and so on and so on.
I'm 100% sure we'll come back to Janja because there are questions about that. But the things you said, that you focus on each and every athlete to make him or her the best that he can be, and like hard training, having fun. I guess most coaches, or at least a lot of coaches, would probably say the same.
Yeah.
So how do you think you are different from other coaches?
I don't know if I'm different. I don't know that many other coaches, or I don't know them that much that I would say that I'm different. But yeah, maybe I'm still different in this, that I somehow never give up on athlete. I will always, even if I will see that maybe there is actually no chance to improve anymore or whatever, I will still keep on believing and keep on working with them, so that there will come a time that they will achieve something or whatever. Maybe that's the biggest difference between or compared to other coaches, that because I know that I know that some other coaches are just giving up on some athletes when they see that it's I don't know, when they see that they won't be the best or whatever, or that they can't help anymore or something like that. I don't know.
So does it happen often that you think that, well, this climber can't really become much better now, but we'll try, and that he or she like really surprises you?
Yeah, it happened already a few times. But like I said, I never give up. So maybe I'm the last one who will say, "Oh, maybe you can't achieve that," or something like that. I will definitely keep on believing and trying to search the way, trying to find the way to improve.
Okay. About the way of improving, we discussed that with the Björn, like the competition, they change a lot in, like 10 years ago, the style of the competition. Do you have to change your coaching style as well?
Yeah, definitely. I changed many things because I wanted to be I wanted to go with the time. So with all the, especially for example with bouldering, I remember when we started with boulder training, we were like still training just on a little spray walls, which we had because we didn't have any like bouldering gym or set boulders and so on in Slovenia. So it was hard, and that's why we had to somehow found the way. And of course, after we got the gym, we got the place to play with bouldering. Of course, the training changed to this, that we add this part of training, and also with some other things. Yeah, of course, if you want to be like all the time there, you have to like adapt. You have to keep on changing things and trying to find the way that it's still working. Because if I would coach, if I would do the same things that I was doing like in 2007 or 5 to 7, when Maya, for example, was the best on the world, I don't know if anyone would be the best. So, but that's a normal thing, yeah. And if you are like me, like 100% into it, yeah, you will definitely find a way.
So where do you find inspiration to create, to sort of be ahead of the route setters, to prepare Janja, for example?
Yeah, I mean, of course, we are trying all the time in our gym, and I'm also inviting other route setters so that they just make other things. And here I have to thanks also to my guys, for example, who I train. They were helping, and they're still helping a lot with setting, and we are just trying to make the best for all of us. So it's but yeah, it's a lot of thinking. For me, the training doesn't finish when I came back home, but actually when I fell asleep. So it's and even after, I think many times I'm dreaming about problems and so on and so on. So
you
like
sometimes find solutions in your dreams?
yeah, it also happens sometimes, and I'm even making up some problems on a spray wall or whatever during the dreams. Or some longer circuits, it happened also this, which is like
Okay.
a bit of crazy, but yeah, that's how it is.
Yeah, you coach, how the Björn said, you coach like in China as well, I think, right? In USA?
Yeah, I was 2 years in Austria also as a
Austria,
head coach. I was 1 year and a half in China as a head coach. I was coaching in US a lot with Team Texas before, and this year I also helped them in Villar and Chamonix. Josh asked me if I could help them for these two comps and the training win. I said, yeah, why not? Let's go.
Because we saw you were registered as a coach for the US, and we were like, what is happening here?
I know many of you were like, what is this?
Yeah, but why I ask you that, do you have to like change your coaching style in different countries to, to style how you speak with the athletes, how you react?
Yeah, and definitely you have to somehow adapt. From this side, the hardest thing was in China, for example, because it was also a language barrier. So it was a lot of hand speaking and so on. And also we didn't have at that time, they didn't have, the training base was, let's say, okay, but it wasn't like perfect for, so I wasn't able to do all what I would do at home, for example. So we somehow improvise and so it's just the way that you have to adapt, improvise, and try to make the best out of that what you have there. So it's.
I found an article from when you started coaching in Austria. And you also commented on that article in a Slovenian article later, because you were quoted more or less saying that the Austrian climbers are lazy.
Yeah, that was pretty hard sentence, but I'm still standing behind these words, because at that time when I came there, what I saw, it was actually exactly like that. So and I really wanted to change this, but to be clear, they were not all lazy. That's for sure. Jakob, I can't say for Jakob or Jesse or a few others that they were lazy, but most of them, they were actually a bit lazy, or bit more than I was used to from Slovenia, for example.
Wasn't the best start, I guess.
I mean, maybe it was, because then we had pretty good world championship in Innsbruck, so maybe that was the way, or I don't know. Now we could be smart about it.
But also about that, when you look at other teams or climbers throughout the world, really, are there a lot of climbers, or some climbers that you see that wow, if I could teach this, if I could coach this person, I could do so much,
yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm seeing a lot of that kind of athletes. Yeah. Whenever I'm on a World Cup or some training camps, and when I see some athletes, just from how they are moving or doing few things, I see, these guys this guy or this girl could be super good. But yeah, I can't help everyone.
So do you have any dream athlete to help?
Right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, one of the athletes that I wanted is Sean Bailey.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we will start now to work a bit. There are many of them who would be good to coach them, or I would be super happy if I could coach them. But yeah.
But how many can you coach, really?
Yeah, that's the question. Yeah. Even now, it's already getting to a point that it could happen that I will be too busy. But right now it's still, yeah, let's say okay.
So Bien, sign up now.
You have till tomorrow. You have.
Well, never give up, you said.
Exactly.
Another question: do you still climb?
Right now, no. I don't know. I actually don't know when I was climbing for the last time. Maybe 5 years ago. Okay, it will sound like, yeah, I don't have time, but maybe I don't have a wish after all days spending in the gym to try some climbing or but I would love to. I would love to have like at least one day per week that I would go and climb.
For yourself, yeah. For me, it was the same when I was coaching. I couldn't like stay and climb. I didn't like feel it to climb at all. So my climbing went completely down. So yeah.
Two things really. Like what's the most overrated and the most underrated kinds of training?
Yeah, just my opinion. Okay, maybe overrated for my opinion is fingerboard training, and the opposite is maybe still like slab climbing, because for my opinion, slab climbing is some kind of base for everything later. So.
And the most common misunderstanding about training for climbing?
Maybe just personal opinion. Yeah, maybe there are a lot of people who still thinks that doing the gym sessions like weightlifting or whatever could be a part. But yeah, it is. But of course, you have to know what, how, and so on. So maybe this, because I'm still hearing from many, are you doing a lot of stuff in fitness? I said, no, actually nothing. So maybe that's the most misunderstanding things from training.
Like, what kind of coach are you? How do you prepare your athletes? You write the trainings planned and you plan their days, or you say, this week you should do some endurance session and then some exercises, and they can choose where, when and where, or you are more like strict, like.
I'm pretty strict. Yeah, I'm writing I'm writing a plan, and then I do almost every session together with my athletes. I'm not the coach that are just sending a plan to athletes and do this. I'm definitely a coach who's there in the gym working with athletes on every day. So, but I'm not planning them the time to eat or sleep or whatever. They have to arrange this by their own, and has to be a bit of freedom in that, in personal things and so on. So I'm writing a training plan. I'm making a session with them, and that's pretty much it. And of course, we talk a lot about training, about preparing for the comps and between the comps and so on. Yeah, that's all a part of this.
So like the mental coaching, you are their mental coach as well, or?
Yeah, some of them they have their own, but with most of them, yeah, I could say that I'm also that part of a.
Is it big part of training, like to speak with the athlete, to?
Sometimes, sometimes it's if I could put on a scale, it's like this is talking, this is training, like yeah. But it depends again from athlete to athlete. Some of them they need more, some of them they doesn't need. They don't need actually. But yeah, it's a big part of training, even during the sessions or after or whenever.
And is it different between the girls and boys, or men and women? Like who need more talking and?
Even here, some guys need even more than girls. So
okay.
But I think
it's
it's a normal thing, and it all depends, yeah, from athlete to athlete. It's hard to say, like. No.
We have a few questions from Instagram from our viewers. So I'll take some of them now.
Probably you got some from my athletes, I'm pretty sure.
The first one is, I can tell you it's not from one of the athletes.
Okay.
What makes Janja different from other female climbers?
What I think that it makes better, different, or that she's still like working as hard as hell on every single session. Like she would never achieve anything. That's definitely one thing that it makes her unique and the best.
I have like question, which is, do you see a male climber who can match Janja's climbing intelligence?
Not that I worked with, so. But yeah, what I see on comps, yeah, maybe there are a few. Maybe there are a few that they could be like there, but it's hard to say if you don't know the athlete. More, if I would see an athlete like for a week or two, that I would see all these things, yeah, I could easily say, I think, if there is something like that, but like this, just from the comp, it's actually hard to say.
And another one about Janja here. Is she ever pissed on training?
Is she ever pissed on training? Every single training. Is that from her? On every single session, whenever she fell or she doesn't make like she wanted, and so on. It's daily routine, we could say.
Okay, what's your goals actually with the Janja at the moment? What did you set your goals?
I mean, the biggest or the main goal is now, of course, already everything in for Paris. So that we could say all these things that we are doing now or this year, it's already somehow preparing her for Paris. That's why she also took a bit of a break from bouldering season, because she actually needed needed a rest, and it was super good. We are both super happy that she made this decision, and now I think she's more than ready for everything what is coming.
What's the most challenging about being the world's best coach?
I can't say that I'm world best coach, because there is no word. I mean, I never said, and I will never say that I'm a best coach. I just want that my athletes are the best on the comps. That's all what I want. So, and the biggest challenge is exactly that, to prepare the athletes that they will be the best. So.
But do you feel any extra pressure because it's Janja as a coach? I mean,
yeah, of course, because everyone is expecting that, of course, she will win, and so on and so on. Yeah, of course, it's some kind of additional pressure, but I have to say that I actually work the best under pressure. So.
But are you actually prepared for that day? Because Janja, she's the best, but the day will come that she will lose. That's not possible. Like if that not happened, you know,
I mean, I don't know if I will answer like correct on this question, but she's a human and she's allowed to lose or whatever. It's not the thing that she has to win now everything, and I think till when she will have fun, till when we will both have fun, like with doing this, and even if she will lose and if she will still have fun, we will keep on like that. But when she will lose this fun, this having fun with training, and then of course with the comps, then she will probably stop.
Could it even be a good thing to lose once in a while, to not have that pressure to win all the time, you know?
Yeah, sometimes it's also good. Yeah, I think she had already few that kind of times, so she's also aware of this and prepared for this. Yeah, so.
I'm just wondering about coaching. Could you help another athletes or athletes from another sport as well? Do you think?
That's one thing that I'm asking myself all the time, actually, and I don't know. It depends a bit, maybe, on a sport.
Yeah, that's for sure.
I would hard to say that I would be able to coach a skier, because I'm a super bad skier or almost no skier. So from this side, no, but I don't know. Yeah, maybe it would be a good challenge.
Yeah, because I know they are like some coaches, they brought different athletes to the Olympic medal in different sports, which is amazing. So
yeah, I have to say that I was thinking already about that. Yeah.
Okay.
And it would be a challenge, but right now I'm still that much in climbing, and I'm enjoying so much. Like I would start yesterday, so right now I even don't have time to, because as I know myself, I would want it to be like 100% into other sport, and I don't know if I would be able to do both like really good. So. But maybe in the future.
So how many hours a week do you think you work actually?
7 by 24.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. No, but usually, I don't know, I spent like 9 to 10 hours in the gym, and then all the other things around, thinking, planning. Yeah, maybe it would be easier to answer on how many hours I don't spend with climbing.
How did the Olympics change your life, or did it, did the Olympic bring something that you have, like, you feel some positive things?
Actually, it didn't change my life at all. The only thing, yeah, maybe even in Slovenia, they know me a bit more, but that's pretty much it. So, and the biggest change is actually, yeah, that I'm getting more and more offers for coaching other athletes. That's maybe the biggest change, but otherwise, I don't see any change.
For the Slovenian climbing, for the whole climbing community, like, they have like more money or more sponsors, and they have more.
Yeah, even with that, this year it didn't change that much, as I know. So they didn't get like much more money because of that. But I think it will change in next few years. Yeah, and especially I think after Paris, I'm expecting like a real change for climbing in general.
So what do you think actually about the new Olympic format?
I have to say that I actually like it. Of course, we have now two disciplines which we all like, which we all think that it's about climbing, so bouldering and lead. Of course, it's still not like we all want, so all three disciplines separate. But I think this format now is, I don't know, in my opinion, maybe really the best what we could get, and how it will look like with all the scoring and this thing. Yeah, we have to wait for first few comps to see what will happen, and then we could say a bit more. But right now, the format, the scoring, and everything, I actually said, wow, that sounds good.
I think it's going to be really interesting to see, like you said, in Munich, how it works with the scoring and how fast it's feeling and all that.
Yeah, true. It's we could be smart now and say, yeah, no, this is shit, this is good or whatever. But yeah, we have to see first, and then we could talk about what should be better or what could be better and so on. But right now, I think they found the way. They found this scoring, which is, in my opinion, it looks okay. Okay, I don't like two zones in bouldering because that means that the boulders will be a bit different than they are now, or than they should be, because it won't be that much bouldering, for my opinion, anymore. But it is how it is right now. Let's see what the first comp will bring, what it will look like, and then discuss further.
And it's also just 2 years, then it's gone, this format.
Exactly. That's another thing. So I just said to myself, I don't care if that will be the system. I will prepare for that system, and that's it. Like we did for Tokyo, everyone was saying, this speed, this speed, this speed. But at the end, it turned out, at least for me, the speed training and everything around the speed was super interesting, super fun. And at the end, it turned out also the comp. I could say, for example, that I actually missed this format. I would love to see again the whole thing, the whole combined format, because it was super fun, even with the training and on the comp, because it showed really who's the best. Like
think it was great entertainment, great to watch. Like
Yeah, the
Yeah.
only thing was it was hard to see what is exactly happening, especially in the last discipline because of the scoring, because it was changing like this all the time with each athlete. But yeah, it was fun for me. It was
kind of hard on the athletes, like those 3 disciplines, like skin and stuff. They've been always destroyed. Yeah.
It was super hard. I actually didn't expect that it will be at the end that hard, but I remember the final in Tokyo. It was like we were there for the warming up and everything, I think around 7 hours. And super intense all the time. And I remember Janja, when she came back from bouldering to the ISO, we had like, I think around 40 minutes, and we were like, should we go on a wall a bit to prepare for us? And I just looked at her and said, no, let's just sit here, talk a bit. And then she was like, oh, what I have to do to win this comp now. I said, God damn, just stop this route and go. No, she was really exhausted, like already before the league, and all the rest was pretty much the same. So it was tiring, yeah. That's another, like, I mean, good thing, because it showed like for those athletes, they were actually like super well prepared. So otherwise, they were just not able to do the whole comp. So
I don't know if you agree with me here, but I think that the style of the routes has really, I mean, it was changing, I think, for a few years to become more bouldery and more risky moves and that kind of thing. And I think it's changed now. It's changed back to more controlled movement, more endurance type routes most of the time. Is this your opinion as well? Do you agree with it?
Yeah, it's actually like you said, it's going back a bit more to this, let's say, pure endurance stuff, and I have to say that I actually like it. Like it that way, because let's keep bouldering part with bouldering and lead with lead. So I just don't agree with the difficulty of the routes. So that's another thing. I don't want that all the routes would be like just jumping around, because it's nonsense. That's again not a lead climbing. Lead climbing is a route.
I gotta say that I'm sort of the opposite opinion. I think for sure it's going to be endurance, but I think it's the risk, I think, with having 2 pure endurance routes is that it becomes a lot about weight chasing. I'm afraid we'll get like super skinny girls again. More of that.
Yeah, I agree with this part, but of course we could solve this problem with some rules, for example.
Of course, yeah. It's either or. Yeah.
I mean, even looking ski jumping, they have pretty much the same problem, and they have just like rules made for that. And as I know already now, in few federations they have specific rules for that. So if they are like underweight, they just can't compete. They are not allowed to compete. And so if our main federation would do something in this direction, we wouldn't come to that problem. But yeah, like you said, the routes, if the routes would be like completely just endurance thing, we could easily get a problem with underweight, especially girls. So, but I really hope that it won't become a thing. Or yeah, on the other way, yeah. Also, the route setting could help this, and just make some crazy dinos, and all these girls will stay down there. So, but I don't know if that's the. Yeah, I mean, it
It's not
happened
like-
last year. Pretty much that kind of thing happened in Innsbruck or Villar and so on. But yeah, it's I don't think that this is the way to
solve it.
solve this problem. I think there are many other ways.
What are you going to do after the season?
After the season, a bit of a rest. And then I will already start thinking about next season and prepare everything for next season, because next season is again the pretty important season. So we have to be ready for that.
So do you give your athletes rest, like a couple of weeks or a month? Or
yeah, it depends. Again, a bit from athlete to athlete. Some of them, they actually don't want that much rest, but usually I force them to make at least 10 to 14 days, because I think it's super necessary for everything. Yeah, but some of them, they just don't want to. They just can't be without training or doing something. But yeah, in general, they have to make rest. Even during the season, we have like shorter rest periods. So, but at the end of the season, yeah, a bit longer.
No, I want to ask you just something else. How is the climbing? How popular is the climbing in Slovenia actually?
I have to say that it's more and more, like especially after Olympics, like everyone knows for climbing. Everyone knows who's Janja and so on. So from that side, it actually like changed a lot, which of course it's just good, and also just from that side, because climbing gyms are growing, so we'll have more chance to train, more different things we will get. I think there are quite many climbing gyms that they started to build already, or they are planning to build. So yeah, I mean, it's changing, and in a good way. Right now, in a good way.
But climbing has always been sort of a big sport in the country, right? But maybe more alpinism and that kind of thing.
Because it all started with alpinism. We had all the time like super good alpinists and so on. And I think from that side, also sport climbing was like growing up all the time. Yeah, we have quite good, big, long tradition.
Okay. And do you have some upcoming super talents there, like in Slovenia, like small Janjas?
I wish I would have a chance to say this, but
Okay.
I don't know. There are a few younger ones who are definitely like even talented, and they're working. So there are a few youngsters who are coming.
Okay. So we can look forward.
Yeah. I think we are not that much afraid that we will lose everything, or there. And I think there will be, again, especially now, as I know, all the local clubs, they are bigger and bigger. The kids just wanted to start with climbing, so I think it will be even easier to find some talents.
Yeah, and you will host the World Cup again so that's good as well, probably. So yeah.
That's another good thing, yeah. That because I was already afraid a bit that we will lose this World Cup competition in Slovenia, because I think it's super important for us for the development of our sport. So it's super good that we will keep on doing this.
I think we're done. Thank you so much.
It's great to talk to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Welcome. Same with you.
And I hope to see you, you guys soon at some point.
Yeah.
Maybe in Munich.
I will be in Munich.
And I will be commentating Munich.
Oh, really?
For Swedish TV.
Oh, nice.
So I won't be there. I will do it from here, actually. Well, from Stockholm.
Oh, okay.
Unfortunately, I'd love to be there, but
it is what it is. Yeah, then next time, then you have to come to Koper.
I should come to Koper.
That will be, I think, a super nice cup.
Yeah.
I just hope that it won't be too hot, because it could be still, if it will continue with these temperatures.
Oh yeah.
Is it still hot down there now?
What?
Is this hot now in Slovenia and Switzerland as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's still today was 32, tomorrow 34 or something.
Crazy, yeah.
We had a sunny day in 22 degrees.
Oh,
quite nice.
Nice.
I would love to have this.
You should come to Sweden.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there is still an option
exactly
that we talked about. Huh?
Thank you very much again.
Thank you, guys.
Okay.
Thank you.
Take care. Thank you again.